All right, coming up next at 155 pounds, we have a scrap between Alex Paloni and Jaywin Wilson.
Jaywin Wilson, they're out of Hyaston, mixed martial arts, back in Charlotte at gym. We've already talked about a lot of credentials there, but he's taking on Paloni, who comes out of Columbia Martial Arts Training Center. That's Mark Mills. This is a guy that's typically produced traditional styles of martial arts, but also a great jiu-jitsu guy under the lineage of the Machados. Awesome fight here.
Interesting fact about Alex Paloni, he's a USC student and a chemical engineer, and also a mixed martial artist. He will fight coming right up against Jaywin Wilson at 155 pounds.
Jaywin Wilson, Alex Paloni.
The following bout is scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds in the USFFC lightweight division. Introducing first, the man standing to my left and fighting on a blue corner. He represents Hyaston MMA and steps inside the cage this evening with a record of 0-1. He stands 6 feet 2 inches tall and weighed in at 155.5 pounds. Fighting out of Charlotte, North Carolina, Jaywin Alpha Wilson. His opponent fights out of the red corner. He represents Columbia Martial Arts and makes his debut inside the cage tonight. He stands 5 feet 10 inches tall and weighed in officially at an even 151 pounds. Fighting out of Columbia, South Carolina, Alex Paloni. Your referee, Sean Woods.
Jaywin Wilson, Alex Paloni getting ready to kick off a big lightweight 155-pound bout here. Of course, Wilson there in the tie trunks, and Paloni going old school. You know, we talked about old school, Columbia Martial Arts being an old school gym. Well, he's got the old school bad boys.
That's right, bad boys about as old school as it gets. They touch gloves, and here they go. From just the eye test, it appears as though Jaywin Wilson might be a little bit bigger.
Something interesting. Oh, that was a big shot. That was a big right hand.
Punches coming from Wilson. It looked like Paloni was just kind of smiling them off. Now he's firing back.
Both of these men southpaw, so it actually creates an orthodox situation in their striking. Tell you what.
Good stiff strike from Jaywin Wilson finds its mark.
That first one found its mark, and you saw the smile come from the face of Alex Paloni earlier. But I used to see the smile come from Thomas Hearns right before he hit the canvas.
Yep.
That was signature Tommy Hearns. Hopefully for Alex Paloni, that is not the case.
Tell you what, Jaywin Wilson has some really sting behind these strikes that he's putting forward and landing on Alex Paloni. Great right straights down the middle. Good right hooks.
Yeah, that hook followed up by that stiff left that's finding its mark on the chin of Alex Paloni here.
Wilson using a great job using his lead jab to set up further combos, and now Alex Paloni starting to show a little bit of wear and tear in the facial region after eating some stiff punches.
That was a nice overhand right there by Alex Paloni.
Jaywin Wilson, the taller of the two. Good inside leg kick from Paloni. Another good one from Paloni.
Oh, that was a nice body shot there.
That was.
Followed up by a beautiful two-piece with his hands. Jaywin Wilson on point here tonight.
Wilson doing a great job with accuracy on those strikes. Throwing a left straight down the pipe. It finds its marks, creates an angle, hits him again. Two lefts and a right.
In my estimation, Paloni, he needs to get up on those wheels. He needs to move his feet more. He's fighting a longer, rangier opponent who appears to also be quicker. So he's going to have to move those feet, get inside, and land the shots that are crucial to him, or he's going to have to get it, close the distance and get it to the ground and test the ground skills here of Jaywin Wilson.
Jaywin Wilson is very comfortable. Almost everything
he's
he
taking
throws
too many hard
lands.
shots. Too much punishment here.
Body shots landing. Everything Jaywin Wilson is throwing is landing clean. Alex Paloni having a tough time surviving. Now a right hook lands.
And finally,
he takes him
the
down.
takedown by Alex Paloni. That was desperation, but that is something that should have been done a minute and a half ago, right there.
Alex Paloni needed to change the course of that exchange. He did with a great single leg takedown now in the closed guard. Paloni collecting himself, trying to catch his breath, recover from those
Now,
strikes.
Jaywin Wilson, you know, he was up. Look at this, looking for possibly a triangle. Nowhere close at this point. He said, Jaywin Wilson, once he hit the mat, he did almost nothing. It was almost like he didn't even start to implement his ground game. He just kind of chilled there. It could have been that he gassed a little bit. You know, that was a huge combination there he delivered on Paloni. I think he expected him to drop. So, you know, is it that Alex Paloni could have the advantage if he does get it back to the ground?
Paloni's still coming forward despite eating some mean punches in the first round. Lands a good left of his own.
Jaywin Wilson not quite as nimble on his feet right here as he was in round one, but still using that range well.
Alex Paloni looks to drive for it to take
He was
down.
ready at that point. He was ready for it. Possibly a big slam here.
Great
By
sprawl
Jaywin Wilson,
by
not
Wilson.
going to happen. But thwarted the takedown attempt of Alex Paloni nonetheless.
I tell you what, man, Paloni is scrappy, isn't he?
He certainly is.
I mean,
to have survived what he did now, a little closer on the hips, but still, Jaywin Wilson defending extremely well.
But Paloni not giving up on it. Now Wilson in the better of the exchange with that grappling, and now throwing knees. And I tell you what, Wilson may have a little bit of a size advantage, and it looks like he can use that here to his advantage, holding Paloni up against the cage.
Those long legs serve you well inside the clinch, no doubt.
Got his hands locked behind the back of Alex Paloni.
Jaywin Wilson had such success in the first round with that striking on the outside, those combinations. Now he chooses to clinch on the inside. Could it be that he's possibly taking a breather here or attempting to?
I tell you what, Paloni is just coming forward despite some of the exchanges not going his way. Despite that punch, he still marches forward and throws a couple of his own.
Paloni coming back.
Perhaps Paloni's found that jab and is slipping it. Did a good job there of slipping it and landing a strike of his own.
What
An
you call the
uppercut.
second win. It appears as though Paloni's shots have more zip on them, as do Jaywin Wilson's. That's not to say that Wilson's not tremendously dangerous still yet.
I mean, just to see Paloni landing strikes after the trouble that he had in the first round, and now
Paloni now a little closer, but again,
that
defended.
That sprawl from Jaywin Wilson is just too effective, showing his physical
now
ability there.
Wilson making him pay for that.
Both these guys going for broke. What an incredible fight we have here in round two. This lightweight matchup between Jaywin Wilson and Alex Paloni. 25 seconds left in round number two.
Now this second round is much, much closer. Jaywin Wilson may have it. He's controlled the cage a little bit better, but Paloni has really asserted himself well. Oh, that was a big shot there.
Good strong finish for Jaywin Wilson.
That definitely may have made the difference there. That finish by Jaywin Wilson, that's the last thing that the judges see.
Here we are in the deep waters of this fight. Alex Paloni, Jaywin Wilson, each with a 3-minute opportunity to turn this one around in their favor. Paloni slips the jab. It seems to be his strategy now is to slip the jab that Wilson always starts out with and then come in with strikes of his own. Wilson battling that by throwing combos. Feints being thrown. Strong
those are
left hook.
nasty shots there. Jaywin Wilson, he seems to have found his range again. Paloni comes back, unable to secure the takedown, and now he's taking a lot of shots here. Tons of action in this lightweight battle.
Paloni ate 2 devastating shots, courtesy of Jaywin Wilson right there. You saw him. He realized it. He went for the takedown as soon as he could. Just not enough mustard on it. Now Jaywin Wilson is in the top position with 2 minutes left to go in the fight. Paloni's back against this cage and is back against the proverbial wall as he tries to dig deep to find out a way to turn this fight around here in the third round.
Paloni, he regathers the closed guard, but he is still in deep waters here. In a tough, tough spot.
Jaywin Wilson calls for the stand-up. Paloni back to his feet. A minute and a half remains. Does an upset exist in Alex Paloni? Can he somehow finish the opponent that has scored the rounds on him so far in this fight? Left straight from Jaywin Wilson finds its mark. Teep kick.
Of these rounds, but just unable to go over to that next level and take the rounds. And the third round's been more of that. He took some tremendous shots. Jaywin Wilson definitely ahead in this third round and in the fight as a whole.
And you can see Jaywin Wilson knows. Oh, great knee and a punch.
Continues.
Paloni could be in trouble. He's got that single leg controlled, but
yes, he does have the hands clasped. He's going to have to battle and work hard. He ends up on his back.
"35 seconds remain." You can tell Jaywin Wilson feels like he's ahead of the scorecards, not making too many risks on his feet. Now looks like he'll probably be able to finish this fight out in the top position. Alex Paloni's going to have to pull in a sub from his back.
Looking for the sub right here. Possibly looking for the triangle choke.
A little too slippery.
Jaywin Wilson, having none of that, slips it.
Just a little too slippery.
And I believe that was Alex Paloni's last chance at glory here in this fight.
Tell you what, Alex Paloni showed a lot of heart. You know, this was his debut. He's 20 years old. His first fight. Might not necessarily have gone the way he planned, but I tell you what, this crowd knows that he showed it, a lot of heart. He really left it all in the cage, not just in his takedown defense, but also his ability to create angles and shove his opponent off, and I think the judges will probably agree. Jaywin Wilson.
All three judges scored this bout 30-27 in favor of your winner by unanimous decision, Jaywin Alpha Wilson.
Very deserved victory for Jaywin Alpha Wilson in the highest in mixed martial arts crew.